Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Got a hot action today for you guys. A little semifinal action, that is. Anyway, it's the 2024 HCA Winter Tournament, and like I said, guys, it's big match time. It's semifinals. We've got HELIOS taking on ESPRIT. Basically, two of the top American teams, North American teams. We've got perennial number one, ESPRIT. Like I said previous week, I cast these guys on this exact same map. They are current seasonal defending champs, three-time APL champs, and this is the one that they're after. This is the only one they don't have on their trophy shelf, the HCA. So they they lost this last March to Extreme Dinosaurs on Carentown, which I cast. They lost that 3-2, so they're out to put one last thing on their shelf. Whereas HELIOS is always playing the bridesmaid. I cast these guys in the APL final on Stalingrad, and what a great match that was, minus the whole crashing thing. From my vantage point, it was very, very entertaining. HELIOS played extremely well. They won the cap off the start and were able to hold their midpoint for about an hour of the match, but just like ESPRIT does in most of their matches, these guys never panic. They go down early, and they just have a plan to come back. Let's just talk about last week. They went down early again to Chimera on Kursk. The point was Oleg's house. Went down 2-3 early, and within 10 minutes, they had wrapped the entire team, Chimera, and just strangled them out, knocked them right out of the sector, and right after they took the midpoint, pretty much pushed them right off the map. The match only lasted about 45 minutes. So what do I expect today from HELIOS? Another really competitive match. Do I think HELIOS can win? I think anybody can win at this level. It's going to take a great game. ESPRIT has proven time in and time out that they're the most consistent team. They win all the big matches. In fact, these two got together earlier in week 2 of this season on Carentan, and the same exact thing happened. HELIOS, just like they did in the final of APL, got out early to a 3-2 lead, but ESPRIT does what they do best, control map, and just slowly begin to grind you out of the point. And, they beat them 3-2 on Carentan. So here we are, a rematch of many sorts. Kursk, and I thought Kursk wasn't going to be a fun match to cast, but believe it or not, because of the terrain, it's flat, not a lot of elevation. So as a caster, when you don't have to move the camera around a lot and it's just mostly framing stuff, that's a bonus for us. And the action is always good for tanking. It's mostly a tanker's map, so hopefully we see some really fun, long engagements. What else do I need to tell you? I will be casting from the HELIOS side, and they will be fighting as allies or the Soviets, whereas ESPRIT will be coming in as German. In terms of map, what does that look like? Soviets are coming from the north, whereas the Germans are coming from the south. Our midpoint will be Yamki, which is right smack down in the middle. I'm looking at the point right now. It really is an even point. It's literally between the 5 and 6 rows. Maybe it's a slight lean toward Germans. Just a majority of the strong point is in their part of the map. So again, everything comes down to openers. If you get truck snipes, or you just get arty sniped and stuff like that, that's obviously a huge determinant of who gets the cap off the start. But anyway, that's enough background about the match. We have pretty much everyone loaded in for the HELIOS side. Now, Mo will be casting the other team. Mo will be casting ESPRIT. Mo the Toe. Everybody knows Mo the Toe. The infamous toe. If you're into the foot fetish, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, let me get over to Axis. Let me switch this up. Okay. We're 230. So we're just patiently waiting on ESPRIT to join. And when we do, I will be getting into, on the official map flip, that is, I'll be joining Will B's squad. So actually, you know what, guys? Let me just get in there. But what else? Oh, we'll just go quickly over what I basically said. There's the custom capture point. What I said, you know, the server owners now can select the midpoint, which we determined pre-week in the map ban phase, which was Yamki. And yeah, just to give you an idea of the standings. This is how it's going to play out. We've got 2 matches today. One being played right now between the Wolves of War and 116. And that is being cast by Das Altberg and Quick Nick. So jump over to the APL Discord and get all that information for those guys. And yeah, I guess without further ado, we'll just jump on in. And yeah, that'll be it. See you guys. Okay. Make sure the admin camera works. We don't want any surprises on map flip. Make sure that's cool. All right. All right, so we do have Yamki. We can, while we have the time, just kind of go over what that strong point looks like. It's a fairly large strong point of mostly little houses, small little village. And like I was saying earlier, a majority of the strong point hangs to the south, where the Germans, which will be ESPRIT, will have that slight advantage. Our guys will be coming from the north. What else? Let's go over some rules, shall we? Get that out of the way early. So HCA, just like most major tournaments, have rules. The game obviously isn't perfect, so what they've decided is to make munitions, manpower, and fuel nodes something that is built at the start of every match, and they're not to be touched. And everyone has decided collectively that the Panther is a better option than the Panther because the Panther is a little bit overpowered, and there'll always be just one single artillery gun. Will B is probably going to be doing the artillery. And yeah, once he gets in his gun, that's where he's going to stay for the majority, or not the majority, the entire length of the match. All right. All right, as we see, ESPRIT is assembling, loading up into the server. Any pre-game shenanigans? Are we all serious? Yeah, you got the pit going on. The gladiatorial pit. Hey, boys, we got enough time for this gladiatorial fight? Shovels and knives.
Yes, we're waiting.
And those of you guys that are joining the stream that are catching this, feel free to post the other scores. Well, the other score of the WTH 116 match. I'm very interested in knowing, you know, who's going to make it to the final. Everybody's kind of quiet, a little bit somber. Maybe they're just really focused. They really would love to beat a spree. I mean, obviously everybody would, but it seems like they're always so close to winning, but just can't quite get the job done. Maybe today will be that day. This will be, if Helios can pull this off, their first appearance in a final. And there's my man, Will B. I'll be joining his squad. See if we can get a quick talk with my man, Will. Hey, Will, you over there, buddy? You AFK. Getting last bit of intel in the brief. Yeah, I imagine these guys are going over last second snipes and who's going where. Now, I do notice that Will is sporting the Helios tag. Will formerly, if that's the case, of, I want to say 75th Old Guard. You know, he might be an official member now. I don't know. And for all of you guys tuning in, we are on a 30-minute delay. In case you're wondering why I can't get back to you as quickly in comments, that's the reason. And I got a time. Let me check some things out over here. Yeah, I thought my mouse felt a little weird. Didn't have the right profile up. We're good now. All right, back over to our pit. Let's have a look one more time at who's here. We've got 100. So any moment now, we'll get the official flip. And I will, for the time being, like I've said in previous casts, and here it is, there's the flip. I do have to set up the strong points. But I don't think this is going to be one of these matches where, you know what, let me forget setting up. Let me find Will. Let's just get there first. There it is. Rifleman. Kiddoke. Nodes are going down as quickly as possible. Those guys are going to build and then redeploy. Get set up over our strong point Yamki. Let me just do all my production things right here. You guys can have a look at that. All right, so Yamki is our mid. Then we've got, what was that? Rudno, our fourth and attacking. And let's see, Ammo Dump will be our fifth and final. Now our defending will be defense in depth and Gruski flank. So I am all set up. It doesn't take too long. It's not too painful like it used to be. Shout out to Axe Hawk for that. Man, we put together a pretty cool tool. For all you want-to-be streamers, we put together, I think, a pretty cool scoreboard that makes everything a lot smoother. The setup time on the back end's a lot easier. So definitely check him out. DR1, Axe Hawk. Now, because this game isn't really, I said game. I always say game. Because this map isn't all familiar, I can't say I know where the snipes are coming in, but we're just going to ride with these dudes in and try and catch as many. I did catch 2 last match when Chimera and Esprit got together, so let's see what happens this time. Ten seconds away from the start of the semifinal 2024 HCA Winter Tournament. Helios taking on Esprit. We are officially underway. Take a quick peek, see who's coming in. We've got a couple transport trucks. No, we've got a supply truck, 2 lights, running the C column. Nice little spread. Let's get over to the west. Looks like they're looking for west control by the windmills. And I had said at first that Esprit would arrive earlier. And they are currently doing that and doing it quite well. Nothing in the way of snipes. So I think that might be indicative of why you're seeing Helios spread out to cover so much of the map. About to see our first engagements. And like predicted, Esprit has control of the strong point, pushing out toward the trench line to the west. It's not one of these maps where you just yeet everything in. Quick check. OPs are all set up. These will all get wiped in the next 45 seconds. So it's imperative that the squad leaders stay alive in time to be able to replace these. Big waiting game. Few seconds away. Esprit about to jump out 3-2, and there you have it. It's official. Esprit capturing Yamki, our strong point. Now the game begins. 2 OPs replaced. These squad leaders all need to get their OPs up, and here comes the counter. Gotta circle around and see where exactly. Snipes coming out. High concentration of Helios players. So this area to the west is the windmills. This is a strong point. When we saw ESPRIT play Chimera last week, they had this area locked down, and then they worked their way to the east. So we're going to see a big fight for control of the area west of Yamki. Covenant and Gus. Sky's Shadow Terry in the medium T-34. Wow, what a great rocket snipe on that repair station. Holy shit, that was great. Big spawn off OP from ESPRIT, looking to take over these windmills and push Helios basically out. This is the foothold that they need. We'll swing around in a second. Let's just check the strong point itself. Firmly in control by ESPRIT. For Helios, this trench line that we're seeing just to the front here. Excuse me, this trench line here is what we're fighting for. Quick peek down to the east. Now this is your recon squad of Pollo Loco and 1200. These two guys really work well together. 1200 being the sniper. K98. Clapping cheeks. Oil doing the dance, reloading. In case you guys were wondering why he wasn't shooting Davgo, because Davgo is deflayed. Must use this terrain to your advantage, obviously. Oil's gonna sit like a snake in the grass, pop his head up. Dipping and dodging. Jaywalk grabs him, knocks him down. Now, buildables are a thing. I've seen this the previous week. Basically, there's so much open space that it's not frowned upon on a map like Kursk that you have buildables, barriers. So We're going to say the eastern half, Esprit, incomplete control. Now back over to the west. Check, make sure we're live. That is so weird when that happens. We are live. I don't know what's going on. Okay, cool. We're cool. Jesus. YouTube trying to offer me suggestions on streaming, man. Last time I followed it, damn thing crashed. So I'm gonna just stick with what I know and keep the bitrate a little bit lower than usual. So embroiled, to answer your question, Kursk has played a lot. Well, it has the last 2 weeks. Up until then, Kursk is one of those maps that just kind of lay dormant. And shout out to Heather. Yes, I am feeling much better. Head's clear. And I know what day it is. It's Friday. Strong point. Looking good. To me, the real fight is going to be over the windmills over here. We've got Heavy, IS-1 with Wick Zoomer and Wolf. And the T-34. Now we've got a YOLO mission from ya. Run it until he can't run no more. Not to run into a bad day. Wow. Get some. Takes out the other light. Trying to cause as much problems. There's an OP that's about to get clapped. Trying to run it. I think he might get. He's out of there. Look at this guy go. I'm going to ride with this guy. Yep. Until the wheels fall off. So that little run definitely got some eyes, got some attention. Opened up a little crack in that Esprit defense. You can see that Excel, Myth and Peace have made it to the trench. Now this trench is in the sector, but just on the doorstep of the strong point, Yamki. But in the distance, way in the distance. Now that might be an AT gun, like Claro. That is now no longer there. Nice shot on that AT gun. Tough sledding for the Inf. So much open field. There's only a few areas. Artillery is going to have a field day. Adam 1776 for a spree. Must see this map and go, oh yeah. I'm going to have a day. Haggard popping off with that STV. Von Mac bullying MG 42. Ferocious trade. Now there's so many dead tanks on the map. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Yeah, that'll hurt. Kaz trying to see who's shooting him. Let's get big picture for you guys. Let's see what's changed. The front line, pretty solid. Garrison network is about as good as you can expect. The 4 is completely filled. Nothing flagged, really. Helios does have control, I'm going to say, of the CD and the 5. So that's their anchor. And any gains they can get in the east, where we've got E Squad, Captain, Zan. What's that? United. So I'm working that map edge against the team. The sniper team of Pollo Loco 112 is going to be really, really tough. These guys can literally tie up an entire squad. They're that good. Our Brazilian, Ghana, filling in. Sergeant Fupa Relic. And Free the Panther. And the T-34, excuse me, Panzer IV. Pushing. About to run into the tank of Wick, Zoomer, and Wolf. That really didn't work well, did it? Yeah, sometimes when you unlock from a vehicle, you get stuck under the terrain. The boys out there are seeing it. Taking them out one shot. Now, if Helios, which I think has a slight take advantage, take nothing away from the Spree tankers, I think Helio tankers with a slight edge, if they can keep their inf up and put them in a position to fight the infantry and not have to battle tanks, because we all know how good a Spree infantry is. Best in the game, in my opinion. they're going to need to help support the Helios inf. Because if you're not careful, they'll wrap you. Evo here. Takes down Widow. Get one of these SLs to run deep. Like he's on a mission. Looking for garrisons. He's looking to grab this garrison. Badger on garrison duty. And it's wise. You put it in the open field. You could see the inf trying to take it out. Not going to happen. That garrison. That's not garrison. Where is that little thing? There it is. That little garrison in the open field. Some people say, why would you put it there? Well, you have somebody anchoring. It's pretty easy to defend. But if that garrison goes down, that's the key, I believe, to the windmills, which is right here. And all the inf that's looking this direction, looking to the east. If you're not careful and you get wrapped and you lose map edge, they will take over and spawn bomb this back end. So I'm going to kind of keep my eyes back here. You've got some real quality shooters in Takahara and Paradox. Paradox definitely got the intel. He's shooting. They know where the garrison is. Expect to see Paradox respawn. And now it's up to Helios to push the sector clear. Widow's popping off a recon to light them up. Paradox with the filthy AT kill on Widow. But this is the game within the game. I mean, losing map control. Wow, that just sailed. Paradox just missed that. But he's going to keep fighting until he gets it. And if he gets it, then he's going to take down the supplies. And things are going to get real difficult for Helios if they're not careful. Will be squad leading. He should be calling for help. Rotate guys up. Check the map. Obviously, Will's... He should be letting Mike's squad know, hey. Okay, no scope. I believe that's him. Mike's squad leader. It's a great response to what's going on. They must be communicating. Garrison did go down from that Paradox rocket. Supplies are still up, but there are no bodies to rebuild, so this situation for Helios could get dire if they're not over there in time and lose map edge. This is going to be a problem, and because they're going to get swooped in from behind. Back over to our strong point. Yamki. Oh, excuse me, this is the windmills. Windmills. So interesting. Bad intentions. I've got guys on both teams. Jaywalk with the... Oh, another nice rocket. Man. Here are those Katuska rockets going off. Where are we going to land them? Again, up to that area the C5. That was a precision strike in addition to bombing run. Thought I saw a Tiger tank out here earlier, and wow, great job. Who is our commander today? Should have checked this. Smithers, OG, fellow caster, doing a great job. So nice response by Helios. They recognize the windmills were about to fold. Now that probably cost them some progress other places, maybe out toward the west. Do we have anything out west? We do. Still, when you don't control the high ground, really difficult. So this is what you're looking at. You got trenches. And these aren't buildables. This is how the map comes. So there's choke points already. Stick a couple guys in there. And you have to come up the elevation. Best chance you have is to get across the map and try and get some crossfire. But you can see right down there, Kiwi, 1200, to Matt, all those guys, not allowing any MGs to get set up and get that crossfire on the trenches front line. Okay, thanks for the shout out on the update of the Greyhound match. Greyhounds versus WTH. Right now, WTH is up 3-2. And Greyhounds are capping mid right now. Thank you for that update. And Jordan. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Got an hour left in that match. Again, Mr. Altberg and Quick Nicks are casting the other semifinal match. Like I said earlier, make sure you get on the HCA Discord and find all that information out. The links are in there. Tiger running the wide flank. Wow, it's taken out. God knows by what. Was that an ET gun? What the hell hit them? Was that a satchel, perhaps? Maybe he got satcheled. So, 30 minutes into the match, just a quick recap off the start. A spree, clean start, nothing in the way of snipes. Didn't really struggle at all to capture the midpoint. In fact, I would argue to say Helios really didn't offer that much up in the way of resistance. And right now, looks like a spree is comfortably sitting 3-2. And the lines have been established. You can see it every time flare goes up. Nothing's really moved much, so two evenly matched teams just fighting. At this point, I imagine it's in for the long haul. You're just looking to let fuel kind of stockpile its way up, and then try and group up your tanks and make a move. Yeah, because getting over this open area here, where IKEA is. And again, this is a high ground. Cell and Hitman Alex, two SLs with strong point defense today. You know, when Bert has to rush in, and you have no choice, you gotta shift W it. And you're not gonna crawl because the damn wheat doesn't render in. So although you might think there's concealment, think again. Especially when everyone's playing on the shittiest settings possible, so nothing renders in. I, on the other hand, running those maxed settings for you guys to see all the lush undergrowth. Boomer takes down Sealy. And that's the advantage. I mean, you can just poke your head up, take a couple shots. Bert's so close to the wire, made it to the barbed wire, but then gets cut down. Gibbs taking his man down. Lots of trades. Great OP placement. Right behind that, busted out Panzer IV. Bombing run. German bombing run. Trying to catch this. Okay, front door, more or less, in the trenches. Not quite as effective. I think if they ran it east to west. But again, commanders don't have the advantage of seeing what I see in this admin camera. Commanders are going just based on the intel that they're getting from the boots on the ground. So Bert dropping two with that PPSH. Really like that weapon, honestly. I would say it has a slight advantage, obviously, because of the fire rate over the MP40, which is its counterpart. Now, Bert as SL. Running back to the strong point itself. I'm not sure. He's got something going on. Especially, I don't know why you'd give up the front line, but he's falling back. Yeah, and Hendrix, you don't like the new logo? I don't know, it's kind of grown on me. I like it. I like it. At first, I was like, nah, I like the old one. But you know, I've warmed up to it now. Davko with two. Going against little Nino. A lot of peeking. Let's go, Dab, go. Hell yeah, baby. Yeah, you gotta take your time in these trenches. T-Mat. Gets gang gang. Yeah, these fights in the trenches are real dirty, up and close. Keep your head down. And the thing about Esprit, you see them, they just work together extremely well. You got 4 squad leaders. Ranger, Excel, Tamat, Seeker, Sick. These guys, they move so well together. Where exactly are we? We're pushing front door on depth and defense. Now this could be a problem. You got 4 SLs, 5 SLs if you count Masorin. And I guess that's why we were seeing, I forgot his name, but he was running back to the strong point. I don't recall. Yeah, it was Bert. Yeah, Bert ran back to the strong point. Obviously, for good reason. ESPRIT is shift Wing into the strong point. I mean, they are on the trench and it leads straight into the strong point. So, U.S. Ranger, Little Nino. Oh, the boys are still together. Here they come. They have started the cap progress. We are just right here on the fringe of the strong point. And the strong point is defense in depth. Yeah, let me just pan around to the west. Yeah, having to run into the strong point, find positions, identify the enemy. HELIOS defense is going to be put to the test. Ranger will put up an OP. Very aggressive OP. He's in the strong point, or damn near it. He's right there on it. I'll come back to the strong point. Our fourth defending. Terry's tank out here to the west. They might have to roll him in to defense. He's just outside of the soft cap. And obviously aware of the infantry. To me, this is all about playing your angles. You got your height, your elevation. You're shooting down into those trenches with HE. Also cover the building to your front to allow your INF to get up there. And just 5-10 minutes ago, maybe, HELIOS controlled this area, the windmill, which is now in the hands of ESPRIT. And ESPRIT's having to fight back to get in. The tanks have to reposition. I'd imagine right now at this point, HELIOS a little bit uncomfortable right now. Once again, check the map. They had OPs all in the 5 earlier, and now that's not the situation. They are now backed up into the 4. Not seeing a whole lot of OPs, so that's telling you right there. ESPRIT is winning, gaining ground. Fortress with the MG coverage on top. Anybody poking their head up out of these trenches, Furious is about to get it. Pokes his head up. Even thinks about running. Or Covenant's going to get you with the poison. Angelo takes down Covenant. 2 SLs. Tough position. Like I said, look, you've got fortress across the way, suppressing this entire trench. Starting already to see cap progress. Defending, but there is garrison. Garrison, okay, unlocked. Okay. It's real important that this network right here gets softened up. Gang, a nice job with the PPSH. Pushes Fortress out. Now Fortress is fully on defense. Gonna do his best to protect that little bit of trench that he's got. Still seeing cap progress. Back and forth, back and forth. Front door, straight in from the tip of the trenches. Katuska bombs inbound. Guessing right here on Rupert. Now, the spread is kind of crazy. And Smithers knows that. It's the most unpredictable. Most of the spree were able to avoid the bombing run, but here's the counter. A spree bombing run. Yeah, both bombing runs seem to not be as effective. Infantry doing a nice job of getting out of the way of any kind of danger. And now it's up to Helios. They've spawned in off garrison. Now they have to push out, and that's the hard part. Do we have that MG suppressing the trenches? Soviet heavy being called back in to help defend. Now it's just right there on the edge, so we can kind of control front door. HE. So like I said, positioning. Knowing when you crest the top of the hill, you're exposing yourself to any kind of danger. Wow. Talk about being on an island on your own. This heavy is really bad spots, surrounded, all the end behind. Scythe out trying to get some quick repairs. Panzer Shrek ricks off front plate. Dash 30 trying to earn that title. But I'll say this, as we cross the halfway mark, nice job from Helios. They were looking hold tight. Got a peace strike. Wow, successful peace strike. What a great call. While they're out repairing. That was just great job. It's all about the timing. So threat basically eliminated. The windmills to the west of Yamki all Esprit. The only person left is Ann. He will pop up the garrison, probably. They've already locked out this garrison, defensive garrison. Putting down the toe popper. And there's always, there they are in volume. You get one, you can expect to see another Esprit guy pop up. Plane going out over depth of defense from Esprit. Probably to help out Adam on that artillery. Possibly even a bombing run. You can just take a look. That's the importance of the windmills, guys. So they were jumping out earlier. Big emphasis put on there because you can see it literally looks down into the defensive point. So without that, you're just going to see Helios fighting to defend its fourth defense in depth. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notification bells. Anytime I'm going to go live. I don't generally give too much of a warning. Usually I go live about, right, I leave the information about an hour or so before match start. And to be fair, we generally as casters don't find out until about a day or so before. So if you got any kind of plans for the weekend, most of the time I don't get to do production until Saturday, Sunday, some days. We Rocket Rupert going against IKEA. Ooh, saw him. Wow, no scope. Sheep. Piece with the flare. Incredible push right now from Esprit. Front door. They own the trenches. Now, is that trench in the strong point itself? Well, pick your trench. I'd imagine, yes, they are in the strong point with Helios. Helios artillery needs to have a day. Clean this up a little bit. Right now they're losing not only the cap, but they're losing control of the strong point itself. They're getting wrapped. And it's just a trade. You see Van Mackensen now in the spot that Fortress was earlier. Here comes a dive by the light. pull up, look top down. It doesn't look like there's much in the way of HELIOS. "15 seconds away from calling this 4-1, but about 35 minutes minus all the cap differential. And this is all but done. Waiting for the flip and then replacement of all OPs. There you have it. NA's #1, proving it. One more point away from punching their ticket, getting into the finals. You know, and I just think they might go for a 5th and final, which is Kursk flank. They've got a great launch. I mean, all these trenches, there's so many possibilities. Now, it wasn't one of those caps where it was contested for a long time and it could go back and forth. No, I think ESPRIT had that in control. Got Sealy running back to 5th and final. Now, Whammo Garrison, question mark, perhaps somewhere? Maybe Garrison situation for HELIOS. They do have 1, 2, 3. They're not in any kind of danger currently. Now it's all about setting up. Everything is done in stages, if you want to call it that. Now there's defense for 3-2. Now they're setting up the defense for 4-1, getting people in the right positions. I don't think we had an airhead bombing run combo. I mean, that's like the Hail Mary. So we're coming up on about, like I said, 30 minutes remaining. The other match should be finishing around this time. I'm pretty sure it's going to go the full length. So if ESPRIT does hold on, very much interested in if we're going to see a rematch of seasonal with the Wolves of War, or perhaps we'll see 1/16th, who coincidentally ESPRIT has already played in this very tournament and beaten. So if you're a fan of rematches, WTH you're pulling for. If you like some new blood, let them Greyhounds get in. Alright, let's see. Captain Sook. Oh shit, that's Adam. Artillery's on your ass. It's forcing your hand. And I feel for him, man. This is a real desperate struggle to get in here and hold. Gangin and Whiskey are going to do what they can. Nades out. Oh, little Nino. Getting in behind. G43. Semi-auto. Quick check a map and see what armor situation, if there's anything going on. If anything on the board for HELIOS. It's Mage, excuse me. Mage is doing the artillery. Mage, a former TL guy. Not sure if he still is. He just filling in today. Tank situation. Got a light to the west, medium, mid, and a scout, recon. Yeah, tanks are looking light, including the fuel situation. So this is going to be done with INF support and only INF support. Attack's got the high ground. It's tough. Shooting down into the trenches, having that high ground. It's going to run. Mr. Takataka. Oh yeah, that boy gonna hunt. Yeah. That's what they do. Kind of circle around, control the area, keep going till you clap OPs. Nobody spawns. Nobody's engaging targets. You clean your sector, move on to the next. So this group here with Captain Sucks trying to put as much pressure, try and get into the strong point to draw that front line back and allow these guys to break out. Tough job ahead of them. Whiskey trying to get some crossfire on these trenches. We just had a P strike. Successful question mark maybe. I want to say yeah. Or maybe that is a knockdown. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. That might be a successful P strike for Helios. Starting to see the numbers rise up. 94, you guys watching. So, yeah, that must be indicative of the first match being over. Everybody's trying to see who the winner of the first match is playing in the final. If you guys are tuning in, welcome. Got about 30 minutes left in the stream. Just a quick recap off the start. ESPRIT, masterful job, gets out clean, takes our midpoint. Yamki off the start, not really contested. Nice job of cleaning out. For the most part, it took them quite a while to root Helios out. I'd say probably about a good 45 minutes until we started to see capture progress on our fourth, which is what you're looking at right here. Depth and defense. And now with about 30 minutes remaining, we're starting to see the pressure. Not a lot of movement. That means they're locked in, which they probably have tanks shooting in. They can't push out. They're kind of trapped. Let me just check to see. And they've got that crossfire locked down. They can't move forward. Great artillery strike. Yeah, Bert. Mage did you a solid right there. Throw a boomer in there for you. Bonus. What a great rocket. Gus takes out OP, takes out SL, cleans the area. Give me Paradox for the bonus, and hey, why not? Let's get the... That's a garrison. Oh, stripping. Okay, yeah, take out the garrison while you're at it. Let's go, Gus. Yeah, it's got to be that DLC you got there, buddy. Man. U.S. Ranger broke out into the worm. That man is dipping and diving. Wiggling a jiggle. Gus did a hell of a job, though. Rocketed the OP, took out the squad leader, and got a garrison. Man, Bert, feel for you. Where are you guys at? All right, Bert. Holding it down, front door style. This is our guy, Bert. Just not letting that front line collapse. Something coming out from Maine. What is this? Medium. We got Wicks and Zoomer. Paradox is pretty good with that AT rocket. And he's got a supply box. I bet your ass he'll be back. Helios is doing all they can, playing it right. They play the game the correct way. You know, it's just when your gunfights, you got a chance. It's really hard to do that against. Really, really hard to do that against Spree. And I mean, in their current form, you know, they have to be the odds-on favorite to win this HCA. And you couldn't say that 6-8 months ago. I mean, they just didn't have enough or big enough body of work to say, yeah, these guys should be the favorites. But I think it's clear now to the competitive community, these guys are 100% the team to beat. Yeah, it's almost unheard of, too. So many of the matches I've cast, 3-2, stalemates. Spree, I mean, they're up 4-1, 25 minutes, less than 25 minutes in the match. I mean, they've got one final push. I mean, I don't know if Helios has ever been 5-0'd. They haven't ever gotten 5-0'd on any of my casts, so this would be a statement win if a Spree can get that done. Gus against 4. I like my odds. Take your time, Gus. Haggard's going to turn into a buzzsaw, too. Teams can learn a lot just by watching just the way these guys move. Squad leader sandwiched in between. Got the MG to the rear, covering the 6. I mean, that's just... Spacing is good. I mean, that's just the way you do it. You know, Boomer's off to place his OP somewhere. And people just think it's not just FPS skills. It's the game within the game. There's the OP, or excuse me, there's the front door garrison that was just built by Boomer. Paradox covering for Fignaldo to move up. So this is front door into our 5th and final. Ruski flank. Let's get a little look over on map edge. I haven't been giving these guys enough love. Much harder trekking over here. This is open fields. All right, Apollo. Now making it to the burnt out. Was that heavy? That looks like an IS-1 knocked out. Just on the doorstep of the strong point. I mean, they're locked in heavy. Helios. If you're too heavy in one area and light in another, if you're not pushing out, Spree will take that space for free. Wix's tank got knocked out. My boy Burger, yeah, you boys cleaned out, man. Surgical with this shit. These guys are really playing well together. You saw that last week when they played Chimera. So close, Gus. Again, intel. Gus has let the whole squad know they are literally in our kitchen. About to hit this garrison. There they come. Walk these trenches down. Strike. Where? Now, Apollo's done a great job making it map edge. Not an easy task. Looks like he's breached this garrison. Let's see how deep he is. Oh, disregard. He's not that deep. He's on the doorstep, though. Try not to trigger any of the OPs. He's already done it. They know he's there. Jaywalk in Excel. Excel's in the building. pressing, keep pressing. Nice job from Helios. Hold on, hold on. This is the building we're looking at right here, contention. Big satchel. Yeah, it's just pretty crazy. This the way they just, there's no holes in the line. They don't give your opponent much of a chance to even get behind you. They do such a great job. I mean, end squad will be. That's a wide flank trying to get in here. Now, he's going to leave his OP. Maybe update it when he gets over here for a double drop and put some pressure or whammo. I think that might be what he's trying to do to relieve this pressure, because you could see they are HQ sitting in there, not allowing tanks to come out. I mean, this is their damn HQ, right? I mean, we're literally sitting in their HQ. Flag. Guy, oh, Ranger, oh my God. So, Spree's literally pushed him from one side of the map to the other. I mean, they started down here. They are literally in the two. Practically in the first column, or first row, I should say, forcing Helios to spawn in from their HQ. Spree has no chill. I think this is their statement game to whoever they're going to play, because I think this is their victory lap at this point. They're showing off. Whoever we play in the final, this is who we are. You're going to have to deal with this. So good luck, because I don't know. It feels like the noose is closing in. It's never good when you got wicks out of a tank. Scratch the tank off the board. And Cap started on the 5th and final. Sheesh. I was not expecting this. I'm kind of glad I did load up all 5 of the strong points, because I had this pegged to 3-2 either way. I mean, I would have said a spree. You know. The favorite 3-2, but not a 5-0. Definitely not a 5-0. Not after casting these guys in the final on Stalingrad and seeing that Helios held that point for an hour. This is, yeah, you know, I wouldn't say shocking, but definitely surprising. I think they're got OP spawns. I'm not sure if they have it. They have a unlock garrison, more supplies being dropped on map edge. And the battle is over mid HQ. I don't think. Yeah, this group here, strong point defense, is just going to lock in. So between midpoint defense and HQ. Anyway, we're almost at that point where we can start thinking about, even if the time doesn't run out, the ability to cap is going to become an issue. Each point takes 2 minutes to capture, so here's 2, here's 4. You just subtract 4 minutes off that 12. You're really only working with a little over 8 minutes. And with the tank situation dire, infantry's pressing your front door. They're in there already. I mean, I think it's just a matter of time. And I would like to see Helios push out and not give them that 5-0. But this is all in. I mean, we're seeing the 4th point contested, which means there's nobody on defense for a spree. Fifth and final getting capped. Infantry, heavy. Garrison locked out. Last desperate bombing run from Smithers. Try and clear the front door. Kursk flank in about a minute and a half is going to be in Esprits' hands, and this is going to be a GG, a 5-0. And I'm just checking the chat. It looks like Jordan just responded with a 3-2 for the Wolves of War, with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. So we could be getting a rematch of seasonal. I think a lot of people would actually like to see that. See who really is the top. And we're talking about legacy and who are the best teams to ever play this. You have Wolves of War at the top. I think they're at least a 3-time seasonal champ. They've won every major tournament. And now, you know, people might say Spree's up next. Well, I think we're going to find out in the next 15 seconds. Because I'm calling this one for a spree. Congratulations for making it back-to-back HCA finals. And there you have it. Impressive 5-0 victory from a spree. Let me just run the stats so people don't know who did what. Get back into this studio. Hopefully everything is Gucci when I hit this button. Pray for me. Pray for me. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, it didn't crash. All right, look at that. Wow. Oh, my God. What can you say? You guys saw it with me. I mean, masterful performance out of a spree. And quick check, it does look like they will be playing against the Wolves of War. So we've got a rematch of the seasonal. Yeah, that's going to be a hot ticket. I mean, whoever gets that cast, good for you, man. If it's not me, then whoever it is, I'll be watching that, cheering you on as well. Yeah, not much else to say other than hope you guys enjoyed the stream. What else? We got any news? Nah, just hit that subscribe button down below. Hook it up, man. Share it. We're getting the message out. Competition is live and well. I mean, even though the game might be a little stagnant, our comp scene is still kicking. So try and support it. And hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you on the next one, all right? You take care. Peace.